This is Caribbean Sports Weekly. Today is April the 25th, and I'm your host, Jimi Payne. Welcome to the show. Tonight's headlines are West Indies and Australia draw the second test match, and the Aussies are in control of the third match. Landslide victory for Robin van Persie. A week to forget for the mighty Barcelona. Underdog prevails in the Champions League semifinals, and another round of good ref, bad ref with Kim Hall. Stay tuned. Caribbean Sports Weekly will be back shortly. Welcome back. Because of heavy rains in Trinidad, the West Indies and Australian cricket teams drew their second test match. The West Indies should thank Mother Nature for her intervention because the Aussies were beating them and their backs were against the wall. The teams are currently in the third day of the final test of the series. The Aussies continue to show why they are currently the best team in the world. They tallied 328 runs in the first inning. On the other hand, the West Indies offense continues to struggle as they could only compile 218 runs in the first inning. Australia will look to increase their substantial 310-run lead as they stand 200 for 6 in the second inning. For the West Indies to have any chance of winning, they must first find a way to get quick wickets against the Australians' potent offense and solve their offensive woes. Sean Nepal cannot be the team's only offensive threat in the second inning. The first inning top scorers were Wade of Australia, hitting the century mark with 106 runs, and as you might have guessed, the West Indies offensive MVP Sean Nepal with 68 runs. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Next up, the 2012 English Premier League's Player of the Year. Welcome back. Well, I'm glad to say that I picked the right player last week in the Good Ref, Bad Ref segment. The English Football Writers Association voted Robin van Persie as the EPL Player of the Year. Van Persie received an overwhelming amount of first-place votes. He enjoyed an injury-free season that led to a scoring spree season in which he scored 34 goals in all competitions total. His play has been crucial to Arsenal's top 4 seeding in the Premier League and their possible qualification for next year's Champions League tournament. Steve Bates, chairman of the Football Writers Association, explains his committee's selection. Robin was the overwhelming choice of our members this season, and deservedly so after a magnificent campaign for Arsenal. The quality of his goals, attacking movement, and consistency in a turbulent season for the Gunners has been eye-catching. The considerable size of majority in the votes cast by our members reflected the general view that he's been the season's most outstanding individual performer, stated Bates. Van Persie will receive his award on May the 3rd at the Lancaster London Hotel. Congratulations, Robins, from me and all the Gunner fans across the world. We'll be back shortly. This is Caribbean Sports Weekly. La Liga Super Squad, Barcelona has dominated European football for the past 3 years. Their dominance came to an end in 4 short days that just passed. On Saturday, Barca lost 2-1 to arch-rival Real Madrid. This knocked them out of contention for their 4th consecutive La Liga championship. Making matters even worse was the fact that their hated rivals, Madrid, are now in the driver's seat for the La Liga championship and are shoo-in to win the cup based on league points. Yesterday, the reigning Champions League champions were knocked out of the Champions League tournament when they tied Chelsea 2-2 but lost 3-2 on aggregate. Fernando Torres scored the nail-in-the-coffin goal for Chelsea in stoppage time, while scoring machine Lionel Messi hit the crossbar on a much-needed penalty kick. This was a gutsy win for the English side. Chelsea played the majority of the second half a man down because of a red card issued to captain John Terry. The Blues advance to the Cup finals and will face either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. More international news right around the corner. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The Champions League is the most coveted cup in European club soccer. Powerhouses Barcelona and Real Madrid reached the semi-finals and were expected to advance to the finals. But as they say, that's why the games are played. No wins are guaranteed. Both teams were eliminated in the semis as Real Madrid lost today to Bayern Munich in a penalty shootout. Madrid headed into today's into today's semifinals against Munich, knowing they had to score multiple goals against their opponent to advance in the finals. The Spanish Giants lost the first game and were down 1-2 on aggregate. Superstar Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 goals in regulation to help Madrid's chances of advancing. Madrid won the game 2-1. However, the lone goal by Munich made the aggregate score 3-3. This resulted in the game going into extra time and eventually penalty kicks. Bayern Munich won the shootout with the winning goal by Bastian Schweinsteiger. PKs were missed by Madrid players that were expected to score: Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká, and Sergio Ramos. With the loss, Real Madrid continues a curse. For the 6th time in 7 years, they have been eliminated from the Champions League when they have lost the first leg game. So the Champions League finals is now set. The finals will be held on May 19th in Germany, giving Bayern Munich a home field advantage against Chelsea. Guess what's up next? You know it. Good ref, bad ref. Stay tuned. For this week's Good Ref, Bad Ref, my guest Kim Hall and I will be debating 3 topics. Who is going to have the better career, Andrew Luck or Robert Griffin III? Who is your favorite to win the Champions League? And is a 7-game suspension for Meta World Peace too harsh, or does it fit the crime? Ladies first.
Well, I'd have to say in terms of who's going to have the better career in the NFL, Luck or RG3, it's definitely going to be RG3. He's got the great size. He's got the speed. The Shanahan family, as well as Dan Snyder for a change, are actually setting up a really good system for their future QB. And with the receivers that they brought in during the free agency period, I really think it's a good combination for him. I mean, and if anything, it's definitely going to build confidence, and that's what, in the end, can bring success. So I think that's it. Andrew Luck, good luck. The fact of the matter is, the Colts won 2 games last season. There's a reason why they have the first pick. The Redskins were not originally supposed to have that second pick. So it's going to be a work in progress for Andrew Luck, and good luck, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. The reason why I think RG3 is going to have a better career, apart from the fact that he overall is a better athlete and has a higher ceiling physically than Andrew Luck, but if you look, like I said, at the system, Andrew Luck is going to be a team that has a new offensive coordinator and a new head coach. His head coach is a defensive-minded head coach. Not all quarterbacks excel, especially when they're drafted first overall, when they're drafted by a team that has a defensive-minded coach. Because defensive-minded coaches don't really cater to quarterbacks. And if anyone knows, the quarterback position is the one position in football where the player's ego kind of has to be rubbed a little bit.
Absolutely.
And it's to manage a quarterback and to develop a quarterback is different than developing any other position. So RG3 is going to a offensive guru. He's developed many quarterbacks. He's been successful throughout the league with quarterbacks. RG3 is also going into the West Coast offense. His skill set, he's agile, he's good throwing on the run, fits the West Coast offense. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith, Donovan McNabb. All quarterbacks that have excelled in the West Coast offense.
Agreed.
They're all agile. So I pick Luck. Sorry, not Luck. Whoa. I pick RG3 based on his physical talent, but also that he's going to a offensive-minded coach and a coach that has excelled with quarterbacks of his skill set. So hands down, RG3.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, RG3. We'll have to wait and see. I know that the 2 of these teams are actually supposed to meet in the 3rd week of preseason. So we'll see in August what they bring to the table. But I'm pretty sure we've got RG3 winning that game.
Yeah. The Colts are in a shambles.
Good luck, Colts. Good luck with luck. Next, I guess we have who's going to take the Champions League. Your thoughts?
All right. This one's a hard choice for me.
But a realistic choice, I'm sure.
Chelsea is one of my favorite teams in club football, but however, they're not going to be playing with their captain John Terry. They're also going to be not playing with 2 of their other offensive threats. And with that said, they're going to be playing a well-disciplined team in Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich plays German soccer. If anyone knows anything about German soccer, it might not be the most flashiest style of soccer, but it's a winning formula style of soccer.
They win the World Cup.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. They don't win. They get close to winning the World Cup almost every tournament.
Yeah. They're
always in the. Actually, they're always in the semis. Germany's made it to the semis the past 3 World Cups.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And, winning, scoring goals, having your team together, not having red cards, that can certainly help your chances of winning. And I have to agree with you. Bayern Munich will definitely take it. They never cease to surprise me. They've got a great squad. And quite frankly, I don't really think Chelsea belongs in the Champions League at this point. As a Man United fan, it's sad to say, but I really don't think that Chelsea has performed as well as they should have, or could have for that matter. And they've only gotten to this point by a miracle. So they should be thankful. But Bayern Munich's got it for me.
Schweinsteiger is not going to let this one slip out of his hand.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
So we've got it. So Bayern Munich it is.
Bayern Munich, unfortunately. Don't hate me, all my friends that know that I'm a Chelsea fan, all my Chelsea fans out there. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is a tough one.
Sometimes you have to be realistic,
yes.
And I think that we all know here that they're going to take it. But you know what? Chelsea could certainly come back and surprise us. That would be a huge surprise for everybody.
Huge.
But I think we know what's going to happen here. So.
All right. So the last topic is the 7-game suspension for Meta World Peace justified?
Absolutely. Just because you put peace in your name doesn't mean that it doesn't truly reflect your character. Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, whatever name he's working with in 2012, he's had an onslaught of issues on court, whether it was Malice in the Palace a few years ago. I think we all remember when he decided to become a member of the stands. But he's just had a lot of problems. And sometimes, David Stern will make an example of people. This is just another one of those times. But Meta World Peace, World Peace, Mr. Peace, he has to do a better job. And hopefully losing up to, I believe it's $350,000 being suspended for 7 games, he'll realize that amount of money can certainly hurt you in your pocket. So hopefully he realizes this. And his team actually has a really good chance to take it this year. So hopefully he gets the message again and can figure himself out. But it was absolutely justified. I think if you look at the video, there's no amount of I'm sorry's or it was an accident. I just got really excited about a dunk. Dunks happen all the time and people don't get concussions as a result. So sorry, I'm not buying that Mr. World Peace.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like you said, if you see the video, he goes like this, he stops, and he violently pushes back,
right,
where it clearly shows that this was intentional. That's not a celebration. I've never seen someone celebrated like that. In an interview today, he said that it was a lot of passion. He was passionate about the score, and it came out aggressively. He himself said when he saw it on video, he was like, ooh. So he realized it was too much. But still, there's no need to throw an elbow like that. And if you put your arm like that, he obviously felt the guy was there. And for him to really cock back, like it's completely, it's honestly, it's horrible. If I was that guy, I'd probably sue him for assault because that was a pretty mean elbow. A lot of people have compared it to when Rom Tomjanovic was knocked out back in the day. And a lot of ex-players have even said that the punishment wasn't even justified. Shaquille O'Neal and Bill Walton have said that he should have been suspended for the rest of the year. So the 7-game suspension was definitely justified for Mr. World Peace, as he likes to call himself nowadays.
Absolutely. And I think that especially, as said, given his past on-court, not necessarily playing performance, he has to be more careful. He served 86 game suspensions, 1-game suspensions. If anytime you're suspended, it's serious business. And I certainly don't want him to get in a situation where he's just permanently banned. You can only be suspended so many times before the league takes action. So we'll see. He still has 2 years left on his contract with the Lakers. I know they're certainly going to be hurting for him. Matt Barnes, is out with a sprained ankle. And so I hope for the Lakers' sake that they can certainly, pull one out for him. But, Meta World Peace, you got to get it together, sir. You have to.
Yeah.
So.
And I definitely think the Lakers aren't going to be able to pull this out without him.
Right.
Just because he is their toughest defensive threat right now.
Literally.
And the West is filled with scores.
Yeah.
You have Nowitzki, you have Durant, you have Westbrook. Those guys can put up points against anybody. And the Lakers need a defensive presence. Kobe can't do it by himself. No. And Paul Gasol is not that physically intimidating. So this is really going to hurt the Lakers. Right. Maybe more than it hurts Artest, because he did not seem too apologetic in his interview today. But it's definitely going to hurt the Lakers as a team.
So there you have it, guys. Unfortunately, again, we have agreed on these 3 topics, but don't worry. I assure you that more disagreements will occur, and I will always, as usual, end up the good ref. So there you have it. Bad ref, good ref for the week. Stay tuned. We'll be up next, and Jimmy will have a couple more updates and the end. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back. Okay, so now we're on to our closing updates. In NFL news, Calvin Megatron Johnson, who's a wide receiver for the Detroit Lions, wins the cover of the Madden 2013 game, which is one of the most popular football games out there. It's one of my favorite games. It's actually the only sports game I play. Well, the only one that I own. So he was voted on by the fans, of course, because now they do it as a competition between 64 players. So he beat out 63 players to win the award, and 2 million fans voted on the competition this year. Hopefully he's not another victim of the Madden curse. As you know, recently a lot of guys that are on the cover of the Madden game end up having horrible seasons or end up getting hurt and miss the majority of the season. In another news in the NFL cornerback Asante Samuel will be a bird of another feather next season. The former Philadelphia Eagle was traded today to the Atlanta Falcons for a 7th-round draft pick. This was expected because the Falcons, the Eagles last year, they traded for Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, which is a young, highly talented cornerback, and they also signed the top defensive free agent last year, who happened to be a cornerback in Nnamdi Asomugha. So Samuel was the odd man out in the Eagles' defensive backfield, and this was just coming. Everyone knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time and what team. So Asante Samuel is now a Atlanta Falcon. Thank you for watching Caribbean Sports Weekly. See you next time at 9 p.m. on Caribbean Community Live. I'm your host, Jimi Payne. Have an irie time till the next episode. Good night.